Hi, my name is Hope Stevens. I'm the Manager of Training and Development for Canon Business Process Services, and it's Tuesday evening, October 15th, 2013. I'm at the ASTD New York event. We just finished hearing a short seminar given by Dr. Sebastian Bailey. And he talked a little bit tonight about the bite-size revolution. One of the key points that Dr. Bailey mentioned was that a 90-minute version of a learning event is far superior than a one-day or two-day event. The learning transfers is far superior. A couple of other things that he mentioned were, he talked a little bit about the Pareto principle, better known as the 80-20 rule. And the 80-20 rule has always been really fascinating to me, but I've never thought of it in the context of a learning organization. And a couple of things that he mentioned were that when we apply the 80-20 rule or the Pareto principle to learning, 20% of training really leads to 80% of results.
Hi, so my name is Tony James. At the ASTD New York chapter meeting with Sebastian Bailey from Mind Gym. And it's been a really interesting evening and discussion about the bite-size revolution and the white paper that Mind Gym have just published. And I think the key takeaway for me was the discussion around the 5 reasons why we don't move towards bite-size revolution, some of the blocks that we experience, and some of the things that were discussed were sometimes training that's longer is perceived to be better, but is it really? Other things such as, we focus so much on the event, but maybe we should focus more on the context of the learning and the job application after the learning event.
Hey there, my name is Andrew Sellon from ASTD New York, and I was just at a meeting where we had a wonderful talk by Sebastian Bailey of Mind Gym about the bite-size revolution in learning. And actually I think this was a terrific session for everyone to attend, and he's well worth following up on as well. His material is fascinating. He wants to share with everyone the idea that, as a lot of us espouse already, it's important to take a fresh look at the way you bring your content to your learners, and that bigger isn't always better. Sometimes bite-sized, more manageable, spread out over time is actually better saturation and better learning transfer. And one of the things I especially loved about the session today was when he asked us, he was very interactive, and he asked us to talk with other people in the room about what might be the roadblocks to accomplishing this whole way of revisiting our learning. And we talked about a couple of things. I came up with a couple of ideas that he seemed to like and agree with. One of them is that habit. Habit is very, very hard to break, and that's a mind change in and of itself. We're so used to presenting training in certain ways, and organizations say, well, this is how it's always been done. And he's there, Sebastian is there to encourage us to say, except maybe it's not being done well enough. And there's also the thought about fear. Fear of, well, how can I possibly take all of this content and put it into so much less time and still make sure everybody gets all the messages that I need them to get in order to do the job well. And the reality is, it's the old joke or the old line, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. You have to get past the fear, disassemble your learning, look at it again, and reshape it in smaller packages. And lo and behold, as Bailey is telling us, you're going to have a more effective outcome. It's a great session.